and my axe. Greetings and hello there, everybody. It is me, your Lord of the Rings father, here with another video coming out soon. Lord of the Rings: Heroes of Middle-earth, releasing on May 10th globally. If you can get into the regions you need to play, or an APK, which I'll put the links to the Discord servers down here in this video, so you can go into there and get the instructions for that stuff if you want. Otherwise, just wait till May 10th. It'll be in the App Store and the Google Play Store. You can play it then. The biggest question that people have had regarding this game, and the biggest objection early on that I've heard about the game, is what's the deal with those graphics? When we look at the graphics, I think when people jump into this game, they hear Lord of the Rings, and they expect to see Viggo Mortensen, they expect to see Ian McKellen. We want to see the characters as exhibited in the movies, and that's not the case. These characters are put together, and I think there are licensing issues with Capital Games and Lord of the Rings, or the Tolkien estate, or whoever does. I don't know. I'm not the licensing guy, but I think there were licensing issues that prevented them from using those images in the game. So these are artistic interpretations based on Tolkien's work. Although in the initial battles on Hilltop, Aragorn still has a full sword. They should have had a half. Why doesn't Strider should have a half sword? He has a full sword in the game. Just let me see here. Let me see. Can I spin him around a little bit? I can't spin around. Anyway, in gameplay, when I play with him, he's got a full sword. The guy should have a half sword. And anywho, what am I talking about? Okay, so the graphics are based on interpretations of Tolkien's work, not the movies. They're not going to be based on the movies. And that's a pretty big objection from people, because I think people really expected to come in here and see Frodo from the movies, and see, Strider from the movies, eventually Gandalf, Gimli, characters that they want, and instead what you're seeing is these artistic or graphic interpretations of characters from the works of Tolkien, and so that was the initial disappointment for a lot of people. But this is what the game is. This is how it's put together, and that's how it's going to be due to some licensing issues. I think the second thing with the game is that you've got a significant difference in, like, the trailers for the game and how the trailers go into the actual game art versus, I'm gonna pull up like the trailer for Raid Shadow Legends. Let's watch this thing. We'll let it play out here. The reason I'm using Raid is because it's a similar type game, right? It's that medieval knights, wizards, sorcerers, elves, dwarves, orcs right there, and you can see the difference. Well, of course, this is I'm going to show, this is the trailer for the game. I'll pull open the trailer for Lord of the Rings here in a second. Now, there are differences with Lord of the Rings. You've already got it's a lot more established. Like, Raid was a brand new thing out of nowhere. Like, they can just do whatever they want. But look at that transition from the trailer to the gameplay here. You don't have a big trade-off. There's not a big trade-off in the graphics in Raid Shadow Legends from the transition from the actual trailer great graphics to the gameplay. And I'm going to go forward a little bit here just to show a little more of this. So when you look at the gameplay of that, I'm using somebody else's channel here. It's you get the storytelling here, you get more gameplay as you go, but yeah, the graphics are definitely more developed on a game like Raid Shadow Legends, whereas Lord of the Rings: Heroes of Middle-earth is going to rely more on the fact that we love Tolkien, we love the stories, we want to get out there and collect that IP, right? It's leaning more on the IP than the graphics at this point of the game. Now, there have been discussions from the developers, and they have said they're working on upgrading the art in the game. What exactly does that mean? Does that mean in the actual gameplay, or like shorts in between, levels and stuff like that? I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but they're talking about that. Now, let's take a look here. Let me go back to. Let me go and put a pause on that. Now, if we go over to the LOTR homie, I gotta. Where am I here? Here we go. If I go over to the LOTR homie, Lord of the Rings: Heroes of Middle-earth, we're gonna call it LOTR homie. We go over to that trailer and we watch that. The graphics, I don't think there's a big trade-off here, right? The graphics, it's a little more calm and a little more thoughtful than the big, smack violence. But yeah, these cutscenes here are definitely more cartoony. Even the cutscenes are more cartoony than you get in a game like Raid Shadow Legends. That's bothering some people. It's not bothering me. I don't mind it at all. I love seeing new interpretations on existing characters. To me, the joy is going to be in collecting these characters, in collecting Aragorn, Strider, Frodo, Bilbo, eventually Gollum, and etc. for that. So To me, it's not a big trade-off, but to a lot of you guys, I know that it is bothering you, the graphics in the game. So we'll have to see how that works long-term. What kind of graphics improvements come to the game? What kind of trade-offs the devs give us over time? I'm not sure what that's going to look like. If you're just really super duper into great modernized, very serious, not, you want more lifelike graphics. That's not what you're getting with this game. You're gonna get, I mean, honestly, the graphics are pretty deep as far as the 3D of the characters and how they're represented, and the, the backgrounds and everything. It's not like this is a non-rich graphic environment. I'm not a graphics expert, but it is not gonna be it's not gonna be as realistically human, real world as some people might like it to be. It's going to be more of a comic booky or cartoony type of graphic. Let me know in the comments if that bothers you and really is going to prevent you from playing the game, or if you're looking at it and you really are just interested in the IP of Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, you're going to jump in there and play with me from day one, or you're going to jump in and you're going to wait for May 10th and let some folks try it out and play it then. I'll be out here playing it from April 26th as soon as the APK is available, playing it then. So there you go, everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe on the channel. Let me pop a little like and subscribe. What do I got for that right now? Here we go. Nooch the White. Like and subscribe, everybody. Pop it in there. Turn alerts on. Make sure you get alerts from the channel. Also covering Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, of course, for many of you playing a very similar game. I hope you have a great day out there. Love those who love you back. And always remember, Nooch too good.